Okay, so I've tried twice to get Tankmon. I knew something when I got him the first try. When I didn't need him, I just knew something was gonna go wrong, and here we are. I've tried twice before recording. One of which I fell asleep during. Like just fell. I woke up at about 5:30 p.m. Normally, I will get food or something like that, and then start working on this. Didn't even do that. I was just like, I know it's going to take a while, so by the time I do get Tankmon, I'll already be awake enough to do the Let's Play, so I'm not worried. So I tried twice, and both times he just did not join, and I can't. So this is what it's come down to. It's 8:30, I have work in 2 hours. I still need to shower, I still need to eat, so I'm gonna try one more time to get him, and if I don't get him, that's the end of the Let's Play, because this is already gonna be out, like, later tonight. Today's Sunday, there's nothing I can do. So it was either this or have a part that's, like, super late, and I didn't want to do that, so here we are. If I don't get him, pretty much just a filler part, you might as well call it. But I'm gonna do my damnedest. So, alright. That's his whole part. It's just gonna get Tankmon. If I get him early and it's like 20 minutes, I'm sorry. I had to work extra this week because once again, someone got fired. And my bosses were like, "Oh, Nick, we need you to come and work for us." And I was like, "Oh my god, fine." So today's Sunday. I worked Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. I'm working tonight. I'm working tomorrow night. And we had a giant snowstorm on Thursday, and it was -2 degrees on Friday. I have not been able to kick this cold because all I'm doing is working. And, it turns out that, staying home and getting rest, that does help. And if you don't do that, you stay sick. I can barely talk. My throat has never hurt. No, that's a lie. My throat hurts way more than it has before. So, here I am. Gonna attempt to keep doing this. But anyway, so that's this part. If it's not as good, then, I'm sorry. Real life gets in the way sometimes between sickness and work. I just couldn't keep up with it. So, tough. It was either this or nothing at all. What else? So, yeah. I'm detached from it because to me it all kind of blends together. But seriously, you can leave a comment. How many times has this happened where I've been, or I'm just like, yeah, I had to work extra this week because someone got fired. I went out with my friends because they called me into work. It's different when it's like, hey, so we lost someone. Can you work extra next week? I'll be like, yeah, of course. But it's completely different when it's like, hey, can we cut your, can we, how you get 4 days off in a row? Can we cut that down to 2 and have you work this week? Oh, you had plans? Oh, sorry, you don't get to have those plans. It's different when it's like, when it cuts like your week in half. Like if it was like, hey, can you work next week? I'd be like, yeah, sure. I'll plan around it. So, I still was still supposed to go out with people, and I did. And I asked them, I was like, how many times has this happened where, I've had to fill in for someone like got fired? They said it was 3 or 4, and I'm inclined to agree with them. I also want to point out, last year, when I was doing Digimon World 3, I was convinced I was going to be sick all through winter. I said it in a bunch of my videos, because in 2012, Jesus Christ, this is going to get really, no, hold on. In 2011, I should say, I was sick through like all of winter. So when 2012 came, I was like, I'm convinced I'm going to be sick all through this year again. And I wasn't. I got sick like twice last year. You can watch some of the videos where I sound like this. And so, this year I was like, alright, we're probably just not going to get that's sick. No, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be sick all winter. It's been like a whole month now where something's gone wrong every time. So, will do my very best to keep doing videos, but, oh wait, so yeah, so, I mean, I had plenty of time. I woke up at a decent hour. I had plenty of time to do stuff, but, I fell asleep because it's so boring going through the same domain, like, this, what, the 4th time? Oh, it's exhausting. I just, oh man, why am I doing this to myself? So, I've been taking cough drops because my throat hurts so much, and I've been taking cough medicine. But that also makes my throat feel really weird. It makes me feel like I can't drink anything. So, if my mouth gets dry, I'm just gonna have to go with it. Oh, I'm miserable, if it doesn't sound like it. Alright, anyway, enough about sad and depressing stuff. Not depressing, but enough about my sad week. So, working extra, in my little downtime I did have, I watched a little bit more of Season 4 of Digimon. I don't know if I've been talking about it. I have been watching, like, a couple episodes a week. Not marathoning through it as much as I did with, Season 3 or 1, but, I skipped Season 2, because I think I just watched it, like, last year, before, I bought the DVD, so I just haven't watched it. Actually, I can tell from here if it's here. I don't think it is. But for now, I've been, watching Season 4 a little bit. I just got to the part where, Takuya beats Aldemon, or no, becomes Aldemon and beats Mercurymon. And I forgot how much I liked Mercurymon as a villain. I always like the villains where it's like, they're not the main bad guy, they're literally just out there for themselves, and usually they're the best. Like, I think Voss in Far Cry 3 was a good example of that. He wasn't the main bad guy, but he was way more interesting than the real one. From what I've been told, I never actually beat Far Cry 3, but I had the ending spoiled for me by accident, so... what else? I've been watching... I started watching Torchwood, which is a spin-off of Doctor Who, with the dashing Captain Jack Harkness, John Barrowman, and good stuff. If you liked Doctor Who, probably will like Torchwood. They say like fuck and shit and stuff in Torchwood, and there's lots of sexy sex and other sorts of adult things that Doctor Who normally doesn't have. Pretty interesting. Like the second episode, this is how I summarize Torchwood to people. The second episode is about an alien that feeds off orgasmic energy. Yeah, let me say that again. The second episode is about someone who feeds off about an alien who feeds off orgasmic energy. Just want to make sure you heard that right. That's pretty fucking funny, and they could never do that in Doctor Who. They sure as fuck did it in Torchwood. It's good stuff. I think the first season lines up with Season 3 of Doctor Who, and the second season lines up with Season 4. I'm like halfway through the second season. I've been blazing through it, because I find it really interesting. It's created by Russell T Davies, who did Season 1, 2, and 3 and 4 of Doctor Who. Alright. I need to use a parts fix, because I need room in my inventory. That's another thing. This is a really annoying domain as it is. Because there's plenty of traps and stuff like that, and it's like, it's awful. So to have to keep going through it, have to keep buying supplies, that's like another huge annoyance of this, and it's I hate it. I blame Meramon. I think it's because Meramon is with Tankmon. He did this to me. He still continues. He's barely even in this game, and he continues to just destroy me. I fucking hate. I hate everything about him. Once again, I'd like to clarify. Meramon in the anime, great dude. Blue Meramon Season 6, Meramon in Season 1 and 2. Great guys. I don't think Meramon's in Season 2, but again, it's been a while. Meramon in the Digimon games, cunt. I hate him. He's the worst. I think I was going back and reading someone commented on Digimon World 1 Part 1, which happens, and someone wrote a comment. I forgot that someone wrote a comment very early on that said, you don't have to swear in your videos. I'm like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm the one making these goddamn videos. You sit through hours of prep work, hours of recording, hours of rendering, and then you can decide if you want to swear or not. Trust me, you're gonna want to if you go through all that shit. That, and I'm 21 and I swear like a sailor. Yeah, one sec, I'm gonna try and drink something. So dumb. I bought orange cream soda, but it comes in glass bottles, which means bottle caps, which means I have to keep hurting my hand on these twist-off bottle caps. Bottoms up. Definitely didn't just spill it on myself. One sec. I'm such an idiot. Yeah. Are we good? Okay, we're good. I think. Alright. Oh, shit. I can't believe this. See, I'm sacrificing dinner. I'm barely gonna have enough time to shower. It's because I love you guys so much. Because I'm dumb, apparently. I totally would have done this yesterday, but I woke up at like 8 o'clock at night as it was. So that's like an hour of wake-up time, and then an hour of recording, then an hour of doing all the editing and stuff like that, and it's not even an hour of recording. All the prep work goes into it. Yes, tomorrow too. I was just like, I can't do it today. There's no way. So pushed it off again. I tell you, it's crazy. It's also weirdly hot in here. I think it's supposed to be like going to 50 degrees tomorrow. If you don't know, in New England, it was 0 to -5 degrees in most of New England. Yes, not last night, but the night before. So Friday night into Saturday morning. And then tonight, it's supposed to get up to 50 degrees. When people make those jokes like, "Ah, New England, you know, you can never trust the weather," it's fucking true. It's crazy. I still have trouble grasping it sometimes. I'm like, how can weather do this? So, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to sweating in my room in the middle of January. Not middle, beginning of January. Alright. Oh, man, I don't even have anything interesting to talk about. Like I said, I've been working. I haven't even had time for shenanigans. Oh, I think I don't know. I think I made this bet. I thought I made it before last week, but me and Carlos have a little wager. I think I made it last Sunday, so it would have been after I uploaded this part. Me and Carlos made a wager with each other. If he doesn't beat Bully and Jack 3 by February 1st, then he has to pay me $20 per game. So say he beats Jack 3 but doesn't finish Bully, he has to pay me 20. Say he doesn't finish either, he has to pay me 40. Say he finishes both, he doesn't have to pay me anything. And I have the same wager, but for me, it's Sleeping Dogs and Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. I think he got the much easier part of the deal. But it's interesting, because we both want each other to play these games, but usually we can never get around to it. Or we always put it off or something like that. So if we both play both of our games, then nobody pays anyone any money. Because if it were just like, hey, I'll bet you $20 you'll, I'll bet you $20 that you won't finish this game, and then a month would pass and be like, oh, I guess I don't get $20. Oh well. But this way, we have to pay if we don't do it. It's a lot better of a motivator if you bet against yourselves. Oh, yeah. So that's interesting. I haven't started either of them because again, just terribly busy week. Sleeping Dogs, Carlos said, is kind of quick. I'm looking forward to it. It was one of the few games that came out in 2012 that people seem to like. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm very interested in the Metal Gear universe, but I'm very worried that I might have missed that train, if you know what I mean. Like, it might be too late for me to get into that series, because it's a long and convoluted series. Like, if I tried to get someone into Kingdom Hearts today, they'd have to start. They could, they could actually it'll be a little easier. They could play 1 and then 2, and then they could think they have a complete experience. Even though if you've only played 1 and 2, man, you were missing out on a lot of stuff. But like, let me think of a different one. What's a better example? No, see, Mass Effect is only 3 games. Metal Gear is technically only 4 games, but I mean, and then there's like Revengeance and different ones like that. But it's a long couple games. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. The same rules don't apply. Trying to think though. What's a game that's tough to get into? Oh, it's like when people tell me to play Legend of Zelda, and I'm like, I just can't do it. I cannot get into these games. To me, with no nostalgia to push me through Legend of Zelda, like, I can't go back and play Ocarina of Time. I've tried. The controls, just they're outdated. It's based on the N64, which I'd never really liked very much because I missed it when it was big, and I was a PlayStation kid. So it's like the same thing. I don't play any Zeldas because I know the stories aren't like continuous, but it's just the gameplay types is just not for me. I've always found them to be a little easier than most games. Man, you don't even choose when you jump. That's crazy. That like it auto jump. Pff, please. What's next? Auto defeat this boss? But no, I have nothing against Legend of Zelda. I just know it's not for me because I missed the window. And I'm hoping that didn't happen with Metal Gear. But I'm not confident that it hasn't. Like Carlos says, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes is the one for GameCube, where it's Metal Gear Solid 1, but like with updated controls a little bit and updated visuals, I think. He's not that familiar with it, and to be honest, neither am I. But from what he's told me, it's a lot like... It's like an easier version to play. So I'm hoping I can get into it. If I can't, tough. And, well, we have another agreement. It's that if I don't... Well, the argument is if I give it an honest try and just can't get into the game, or if I like just can't do it, then it's off. But that only applies to Metal Gear. I'm making Carlos play through Bully. I'm making him play through Jack 3. He's making me play through Sleeping Dogs. So there's that. Oh yeah, I have my Otis Mom, by the way. Forgot that I don't have him, or I didn't have him before. He maxed out at level 22, which is fine, because he has Grizzly Wing, and that's all I really wanted. I'm going to keep using him for now, but he's going to run out of steam really quick. I haven't played any more of FTL. I really want to. It's fun. But it's just, I don't really have any... You spend a decent amount of time in that game, too. I just haven't had time. See, this is all I'm talking about. All I'm talking about is how I haven't had any time to do anything. That's not interesting. You don't want to hear about that. It sucks. That's why I almost wish I could just skip this week. But I mean, I don't want to do that. But this is what happens when I don't do anything for a week. Like, even when I do things that aren't even that interesting, I can usually make them interesting. When I have to do anything, like literally nothing, other than work, it's not very interesting. Sorry. Alright, I'll try and talk about this then. I talked about last week I've been playing the Yu-Gi-Oh game after reading all the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. This may or may not be interesting. One of the decks I use is an Exodia deck, because I switch back and forth between a couple different decks. And, they have this thing in the part towards the end of the game where it's like a relay thing, where it's like your teams of 3 and the first 2 people go against each other, and say person 1 goes against person A. If person 1 loses, then 2 continues to fight A, but they have the same life points, or there's no easy way to describe this. Let's say the first 2 people fight, one of them loses, then the second person from that team will fight the first person still, but the first person will still have the same cards they had out on the field. and same cards in their hand and same life points. So say they took a bunch of damage and they have 2,000 life points left when they won the first game, they still have 2,000 life points. But they have the same monsters on the field, which is, you know, usually advantageous. Because I did Exodia, when I won against, in part of it you have to beat 2 people. Like your first guy loses, and then you have to fight 2 guys. So I wanted to test this. I managed to get Exodia out, which, if you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh, is an instant win. But all you have to do is have all the cards in your hand. But because I knew in the second game that my cards in my hand would stay the same, I wondered if it would still count. It did. Like, literally, as soon as the opponent drew a card, it was like, oh, you win again. I got all sorts of bonuses for winning really quickly and stuff. It was very, very satisfying. Shit. And, I mean, it's interesting to me, and maybe someone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe. That's not going to be interesting to anyone else. I don't know what game I've been wanting to play. I don't think anything's really jumped out at me lately. Let's see. No, I can't think of anything. Still waiting. I mean, I've got nothing to play until Final Fantasy 13 13 Lightning Returns, whatever you want to call it, comes out in February, and then Final Fantasy 10 HD comes out for Vita and PS3 in March 18th. And then after that, I guess there's Infamous and Watch Dogs, but I'm going to wait for getting a PS4 for them. And then Kingdom Hearts 2.5 is later in the year. Other than that, there's really not much jumping out at me this year. There's really not many games I wanted to catch up on either. I think I've played most of the ones I wanted to. Let's see. I don't like fighting all of these enemies. It's really aggravating. Yeah, I haven't been playing much of anything. Nothing on my radar, nothing like that. Oh, actually, there was something I was gonna play. I don't remember what it was now, though. I was thinking about getting Tearaway. It's a Vita game made by the people who made Little Big Planet. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of Little Big Planet. Just wasn't for me, or maybe I just didn't put enough time into it. But honestly, I don't think I've actually played that much of it. I've played a little bit. Little Big Planet 2 was free on PlayStation Plus last year, and I have it. But other than that, I haven't really been doing. I didn't really give it an honest try. But Tearaway, it's getting all sorts of good reviews, and it's exclusively for Vita. I have a Vita. I love my Vita. Maybe I could play that. Maybe I could finally play Chapter 4 and 5 of The Walking Dead on my Vita, but that is a very, very slow-paced game, and sometimes I just don't have the patience for it. Plus, I know I need to have, like, a lot of time set out when I play that game. Like, that's not a game I can just pick up and get back into, or, like, pick up for, like, 10 minutes and put it back down, so I'm very cautious with that game. Let's see. There must be something else I've been doing. Still chipping away at Grand Theft Auto 5 a little bit, leveling up, like, 1 rank every so often. Because the game does seem like it'd be very fun, but you'd have to put in a lot of time to make it fun, which I'm willing to do. I mean, they're still adding stuff, like the Beach Bum Pack, they added a bunch of free cards and stuff like that. Free clothing. Alright. I swear to God, Tankmon, I'll murder you and just not even feel remorse. This is how serial killers are made. People who play Digimon World 2 and have to get Tankmon like 8 times. I know it's my fault. I know it comes back to me for digivolving him because I wasn't thinking. I thought, for whatever reason, whenever I needed Takemon for, I had already done. But it just took that long to go through those 3 domains that I had enough time to digivolve him and completely forget. Okay. Alright. Didn't the first time I do it, he only had like 1 tiny yellow heart too? I know I was recording when I did it. Not excited. He's only gonna get like the 2nd stage heart at best, and he's not even gonna take my stuff. And he's gonna It's gonna reject me. I can't handle rejection, guys. I don't know if I can do this. Why can't they sell higher, better gifts at the device dome? That doesn't make sense. It's because I picked vaccine in the beginning. I don't get to have this data, Digimon. Oh, and he ignored it. He just ignored my advances. Oh no. Oh bother. Alright, well, that's good, I guess. I didn't realize I can only throw 7. That seems really weird to me. I feel like I missed somewhere. Alright, what time is it? Shit. Okay. Alright, so first off, this is all his fucking fault. Somehow, for some reason, this is his fault. Alright. Grizzly Wing is dangerous, but I don't think it'll one-hit kill anyone, especially Tankmon. Alright. Clean that up. Grizzly Wing did a decent amount. Grizzly Wing is a great attack, so whoever I DNA Digivolve my Otismon into, as long as he becomes an ultimate again, it'll be a pretty strong ultimate. So I'm very excited about that. That's the whole reason I wanted my Otismon, was because Grizzly Wing is such a good attack. It's weird, Andromon has an attack that hits 3 people too, but it's not as strong as Grizzly Wing for some reason. Alright. Full power on Tankmon. Alright. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. I have enough space in my Digibeetle. I gave him Digivices. I don't have any bugs or anything. Alright, come on. Jesus Christ. I'm ready to throw my controller. That's 3 times in a row. I'm not a strong enough man for this. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I have work in like an hour and a half. I can barely talk. My throat is destroying me right now. I can't even finish it in the morning either, because there are people in my house at that point, and I just don't have the free space that I'm required to have. Alright, let's go back to the Vice Dome, buy items again. Again, wasting so much money on this motherfucker. Wait. I had an idea. What if I DNA Digivolve someone with Tinmon? I wonder if there's a way I can get Tankmon through DNA Digivolution. There's not that many Digimon I could do, because I would need 2 ultimates, but my Otismon did just hit his level cap. Alright. If that would be the best thing ever. No, because data and vaccine becomes, or data and virus becomes virus. That's not gonna work. Let's do it. I'm just humoring myself. That's what I thought. Let's see. Yeah, nice guy. Real nice. Okay. Monochromon. Kiwimon. And that's the only ultimates I have. Shit. I know it's another short one, I guess, but I mean, I don't have time to do this part right now. I didn't want to postpone it again and do it another day late or another week late or anything, so this is the best I got. I mean, I'm showing you this is a part of the game that you have to do, and it is very difficult, so it's not always going to work. I will definitely have Tankmon by next part. Doesn't matter if I have to play this for another 30 hours in between, but I'll definitely have a Tankmon again. And thank you for watching this throwaway part. It will not be one that people rewatch very much, but it is better than nothing, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Shit. So, I don't know. I'll be back next week with Tankmon, and then we can move forward with the game. Have a pleasant day or evening, and I am starving. Alright. Goodbye.